How to Be Successful, with or Without a College Degree. Written by Derek Collins. Narrated by Gabriel Patillo. Acknowledgements. I would like to dedicate this book to my mother and father. I am the man I am today because of your love, guidance, and wisdom. I thank you both for instilling values, principles, and love into my life. I am truly grateful. About the author. Like many others, Derek struggled with insecurities and fear. After his last bout with unemployment, he stumbled upon some information that laid the groundwork for his entrepreneurial success. Within a short time, he hired a staff and opened multiple outpatient locations, counseling those struggling with substance abuse, anger management, and personal development. Derek obtained his master's degree in education from Central Michigan University and his bachelor's degree in psychology from Clark Atlanta University. He also holds numerous other certifications. He wrote this book to inspire others to believe in themselves and achieve success. The warm-up. Success means different things to different people. It is the achievement of something desired, planned, or attempted. For instance, if your goal is to be a magician and you attain that goal, you are successful. If your goal is to be a mother and you attain that goal, you are successful. If your goal is to become a millionaire and you achieve that goal, you are successful. You define what success means to you. No one knows you better than you know yourself. Success is not defined by financial status. Success is the result of inner joy and personal fulfillment. Many people are influenced by unfulfilling societal, familial, or professional pressures. Your dream is special and does not need to be redirected by others. Find your purpose and live for it. While listening to this book, I want you to consider chasing happiness, because after you chase happiness, everything else will come. I am going to be your big brother in this journey and give you the straight talk that you deserve. There will be no sugarcoating or fluff, just real tools and strategies that will help you improve and take your life to the next level. This is your winning game plan that will put you in a position to succeed. All you have to do is follow it. If you choose to do the key things described in this book on a daily basis, you will do well and be successful. The operative word is do. If you choose not to do the things to accomplish your dreams, then that is your butt, not mine. I cannot make you do anything. I can only provide you with the information that will help you live life with a smile on your face. The choice is yours. If you are ready, let's move forward, because you deserve to be successful. Life should serve you. Life can be hard and challenging for many, but this does not have to apply to you. Conquering life is achievable if you can control your emotions and do not allow the challenges of daily living to diminish your spirit. You have the ability to create your future and bring happiness into your life. Happiness is achieved by fulfilling your life's purpose and accomplishing your personal goals. A good way to find out your purpose is through curiosity and exposure. One of the best things that we can do throughout this journey is to expose ourselves to different countries, cultures, sciences, arts, professions, ideas, etc. You might be exceptional at something and not even know it because you have never been exposed to it. Curiosity combined with exposure can lead us to new possibilities if we choose to be open-minded and not conquered by fear. For example, I viewed a video online of a world-class sprinter who decided to play rugby. He wasn't the fastest sprinter in the world, but once he switched sports, he became the fastest player in rugby and became highly successful. No one could catch him. His success was due to having an open mind and exposure. Discovery of your purpose will come as long as you take the journey and expose yourself to new things. New experiences can lead you in a direction in which you can thrive. This builds your confidence because you know that you are doing what you are supposed to do. From this experience, you can maneuver through life with joy, strength, and enthusiasm because you will be living in a state of expectation. When you are confident, you will do things knowing that you will achieve your desired results. This makes you powerful. We develop our confidence through experience and accomplishments. Through practice, we put ourselves in the position to accomplish personal goals and make the right choices. Choices give us power, and if we choose to make the right decisions in life, we can attract success. The law of cause and effect let us know that for every cause, there is an effect. Basically, the results in our lives are determined by the choices we make. Life experiences shape your personality and how you view the world. If your view of the world is not working for you, put on a new lens. Get a new perspective. You can get new perspective by changing your belief system. There are many that move to the United States from other countries and blossom. They do extremely well and become successful in a short time. Why is that? They come to the United States with a different lens. They see the U.S. as the land of opportunity, so they live in expectation. They are emotionally charged and work with tenacity to get ahead in life. They are competitive and don't waste time in acting on opportunities that many of us take for granted. They understand that if they put in the same hard work in the U.S. as they did in their homeland, they will be extremely successful. It takes plenty of money and effort to legally move to another country. Whatever fears you may have in starting over and chasing your dream are minimal compared to obstacles faced by those who choose to move to the United States. They have to learn a new language, obtain citizenship, find employment, and adopt a new culture while in pursuit of their dreams. Are you willing to compete and be just as hungry as they are? Ask yourself, why not me? Don't be convinced that your current level will be the best you will ever achieve. Have you ever noticed that some successful people are no smarter than you? Perhaps even dumber. Yeah, I know, it's frustrating. Just as frustrating as when you see a man with a woman that's way out of his league. If you're a guy, maybe you're asking yourself, how did he get her? Well, maybe it's because he was the only guy with the courage to ask her out. Or some people assume that it's the money. He only got her because he had money or a nice car, etc. Well, that may or may not be true. Maybe the woman was attracted to what the guy represents: purpose, ambition, integrity, and drive. PAID. Who knows? The key is to not worry about others and become envious of their success. Your job is to focus on you. Sometimes people miss out on opportunities due to their belief system or baggage. They allow their past experience to sabotage their future. Some people hold on to things so much that when they are presented with a solution to their problem, they don't even recognize it. For example, some people are bitter because they have not found Mr. or Mrs. Right. As years go by, these people complain that they can't find a suitable mate. What they don't realize is that when they were approached by their suitable mate years ago, they never gave them a chance and missed out on their happiness due to a faulty belief system. They had their defense mechanism up, and because of hypersensitivity and prejudgment, their rational thinking became clouded. They missed their opportunity due to baggage from past relationships. This is unfortunate and happens all the time. Your past does not have to become your reality. Past failures, abuse, or rejection can be used as building blocks for success. Your past can be used as a reference tool of what worked and what didn't work. Our brains are designed for learning, and we can learn from our mistakes. We must forgive ourselves and others to establish a bright future. Resentment gets us nowhere. Letting go of uncomfortable memories and relationships can free us to move forward and accomplish our dreams. You can change your beliefs by trying something different and giving yourself new experiences. You might be saying to yourself, I keep experiencing bad things and it's hard for me to change my perspective on life. My answer would be, make different choices. If you want different experiences, make different choices. If you want better experiences, make better choices. We make better choices by practicing decision-making. If you want to get better at driving, singing, or anything else, you have to practice. Decision-making is no different. Our results are determined by the choices we make. Beliefs plus choices equal results. Make decisions that benefit you in the long term instead of the short term. Successful people make the majority of their decisions based on long-term benefits. When you are making a decision, ask yourself these questions. Does this benefit me in the short term or the long term? Will I be more satisfied with the short-term results of my actions or the long-term results? Our decisions have ripple effects. As small as some decisions may seem, after time they can compound into a positive or a negative result. Imagine that you put $10 a day into your savings account for a year and it never gets spent. Eventually, you will have $3,650. On the flip side, imagine that your average spending is $10 a day on lunch or dinner. How much money have you lost in a year? Or imagine that you are feeling extremely lazy and decided not to take your trash out for 3 months. What would your house smell like? How would this affect your mood or health? How would it affect your image or reputation? This is no different than psychological trash. Some of us have been stocking up on psychological trash for years. This also needs to be taken out. Sometimes we think that we are benefiting from the results of some of our short-term decisions, but in the long run, we are not, and it comes back to bite us. Some call it karma. Your choices should benefit you in the long run and have the potential to bring more joy and satisfaction into your life. Procrastination is your enemy and has no benefits. Beat procrastination with a bat. Successful people don't wait until their back is against the wall to make things happen. Be proactive and start working on your projects. Small projects can turn into big projects if you let procrastination have its way. There are no benefits in stalling on something that needs to get done. Procrastinating to pay a cell phone bill has frustrated many people. When they need their phone the most, it is cut off. During their service interruption, they may have missed out on an opportunity that could have changed their life for the better. Have you ever procrastinated on writing a paper or studying for an exam? If you were like me, you ended up all night cramming and stressed out because you waited too long to get your work done. The next morning, you're miserable and looking crazy because you did not get enough sleep. We shouldn't do this to ourselves. Life tends to have plenty of punishment available. There is no need to add to it. Imagine that you're at work and your boss tells you that you're fired because you arrived 1 hour late. You tell him, "I'm not late, I'm right on time." Then suddenly it dawns on you and you realize what happened. You meant to change your clocks for daylight savings, but you procrastinated and eventually forgot. This is an example of how procrastination and putting off simple tasks can turn into a big problem. Sometimes we desire to change society and complain that things are not fair. Well, guess what? Things will never be fair. This is the reality of the world that we live in. Society is not going to change for us. It will not take the time to personally consult with us before it makes or changes policies and procedures. It is our job to adapt and maneuver through life so that it becomes advantageous for us. We also need to understand that we have the ability to create our own opportunities and do not have to wait on others to create them for us. The faster we accept this, the faster we will be able to progress in our lives. Know that success doesn't happen overnight. It is developed. Yes, there are those lucky few that are exceptions, but the vast majority of successful people have been practicing their behaviors for years. They have a habitual way of thinking, doing, and reacting to situations. Successful people are disciplined and look for opportunities and learn from their mistakes. You can do this too. You are an inspiration to someone, whether you know it or not. I tell my clients all the time, the streets are watching. People are watching you from a distance and you don't even know it. So choose to be an example of inspiration instead of frustration. Learn from your past and correct your mistakes. Remember that mistakes are lessons that can be learned from. It's a part of maturing and growing and does not need to be dwelled on. Dwelling on the past is like driving a car and looking through the rearview mirror. Eventually, you will crash. Haters or doubters will get in your way, but you have to stay optimistic and confident. Monitor your self-talk and do not doubt yourself. Sometimes we need to keep things to ourselves. It is our duty to protect our minds from being polluted by negativity, doubt, and fear from other people. Don't be affected by the subliminal hate, facial expressions, sabotage, passive-aggressive behavior, etc., and maintain your drive. Affirm your belief in yourself. Turn your passwords into affirmations for your email, social media, and personal accounts. This is one way you can try to reprogram your self-talk. For example, your password for your email account may be "I am confident and successful." Now, every time you log into one of your accounts, you will always have to affirm to yourself that you are confident and successful. Changing your self-talk is extremely important. You have the awesome ability to achieve your goals. There is a reason that you were put here on this earth, and you have a destiny to fulfill. I want you to know that I believe in you, and I want you to keep pushing ahead. Believe in your abilities and your dreams. Know your self-worth, and do not allow others to intimidate you. Don't allow others to manipulate you with the power of fear. Remember that fear is a dream killer. Haters see something in you that they cannot do themselves. Sometimes they want you to be fearful, just like them. It makes them comfortable to know that they are not alone. Some will try to tear you down or talk you out of pursuing your dreams so they can stop feeling inadequate when they are next to you. But you are better than this. You will overcome discouragement and fear. You are an achiever. The best suggestion that I have is to stay away from the people that are trying to stop your progression. The less energy and attention you give them, the better. You have goals to accomplish, and wasting precious time hanging around negative people only slows your progress. Hang around people that have your best interest in mind and give constructive, honest, and reliable feedback. You decided to listen to this book because you have the desire to be successful. Use it as your support if you don't have anyone to support you. It can be challenging to be optimistic if you feel that you are alone, but you are not alone. Successful people have gone through the same struggles, insecurities, fears, and doubts that you now face. You can succeed. I know it is in you. You are no different than any other successful person. They were just provided information that you did not have access to, but now you do. No more excuses. It's time to get to work. Who are you? Take some time to answer the following questions. 1. What makes you excited and extremely happy? 2. What are the top 3 distractions or weaknesses that keep you from achieving your goals? How will you remove these weaknesses or distractions? 3. What are your strengths? Are there other skills that you need to develop? If so, what are they? 4. What was the best job you ever had? What were you doing and how did it make you feel? What kind of personalities did your coworkers and employer have? Would you do something like this again? 5. Pretend that you were told by your doctor that you had 5 years to live. How would you change your life? 6. What is your full potential? 7. What do you want to be known for? What kind of legacy will you leave behind? 8. Describe the characteristics of your ideal mate. What kind of personality does he, she have? What are his/her physical characteristics? What are deal breakers for you? 9. What was the best birthday you ever had? What did you do and who was there? 10. Who do you admire and respect? What qualities do they have and what do you need to do to get those same qualities? 11. What are your top 10 values? 12. If you could be any fictional character, who would you be and why? 13. If you had $1 million right now, how would you spend or invest it? Be specific. Master your mind. If you can control your emotions, you can control your life. Think about it. People don't do things because they are not in the mood to do them. Your mood is your emotion. People don't do things because they don't feel like it. Imagine if you were always in the mood to work out, study, socialize, and conduct business on a high level. How do we do this? We find out what drives us. We can use the power of movement, music, movies, or nostalgia to change our mood. Have you ever listened to some music that made you want to get active? Have you ever watched a movie or television show that made you want to work out? When you are watching a movie, you are not consciously aware of how the background music is changing your mood. You are just watching the movie and trying to enjoy the experience. But the makers of the film are trying to get you emotionally involved by playing scary music in the background to enhance the feeling of fear. Or they may play sad music in the background during a traumatic scene to make you feel sadness. During a car chase scene or action scene, they play upbeat music to get you excited. During this whole experience, your focus is not on the background music, it is on the film. You have been unconsciously influenced by music and you didn't even notice it. Let me be clear. I'm not telling you to go watch movies all day. I'm giving you an example of how music and film can influence your mood. You can use the same tricks that movies and commercials use to influence your buying decisions and behavior. What makes you focused? Figure it out and do it before you need to study. Do things that will influence you to be the person you desire to be. Body movement can change your mood. If you don't feel like working out, jump up in the air 10 times and yell out, "Yes, I'm motivated and excited to go work out." Smile and clap your hands and start dancing to music that you enjoy. Then go put on gym clothes that you look really good in and head to the gym without delay. There are some people like myself that watch the training montages for movies or videos online to get in the mood to work out. Do whatever works for you. Know yourself and manipulate your mind to do what you want it to do. You hold the controls to motivate yourself. When I want to be happy, I will use the power of nostalgia and watch wrestling DVDs from the 80s. This reminds me of my childhood and makes me extremely happy. If I need to be calm or relaxed, I'll draw or cut my hair. One of the things I used to do as a kid that I have started doing again is collecting coins. I feel like a treasure hunter when I collect coins, and it improves my mood. Do the things you like to do when you were 10, 20, 30, or 40 years old. Chances are, you probably still like doing them now. Sometimes as we grow older, we forget about the simple pleasures in life. We cannot forget that there is power in nostalgia, and it can help us improve our mood if we choose to remember the positive things that we used to enjoy. Pull out those old toys or play Tea Party. Go and watch your old favorite cartoons or play tetherball. If you're an adult, it is okay to play make-believe. Visualization is extremely powerful and effective. You are practicing your script for the blockbuster film. Make movies in your mind that have you accomplishing your goals. You are the writer and director, so only play out movies that have you succeeding. The movie should be vivid and have emotional music, smells, and colors that draw you in. Everything starts with your mind. Whatever you imagine, you can create, just like an architect who has a design idea for a building in his head. He or she sketches out the design and puts it on paper. Then the architect gives the design to construction workers, and they take the design and build the building. Now, a building is manifested. Where did the building originate from? It originated from the architect's mind. Your mind is what makes your body move. It is the seed of motivation, desires, dreams, and creativity. It is our most valuable asset. We must protect our minds from harm and build up our emotional strength. Strong positive emotions combined with positive actions will bring you success. Some of us have forgotten how to have the mind of a child. When we were children, we daydreamed and thought that anything was possible. We were optimistic and had no boundaries until people came into our lives and discouraged us. Some of us lost our confidence and changed our minds due to this. I'm here to tell you that the show isn't over. Continue to dream. Your dream can turn into a reality if you are confident and bold enough to go out and get it. Forget those people in the past or present. They are not in charge of your happiness. You are. Write down your goals. Your goals should have a strong emotional attachment that really means something to you. Lukewarm goals rarely get accomplished. You have to be passionate and excited about your goals. Try to make them specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. Example, I want to work at a design firm for 10 years and become a roller coaster designer by the year 2024. Write down specifically what you need to do right now to achieve each of those goals. Develop a plan. If you want to be successful, you are going to need to develop a plan. Know what steps you will need to take to get to your goal. Even if you don't write them down, at least know what your plans are. Set deadlines and be actively in pursuit of benchmarks. Check your progress, make adjustments, and seek advice to make sure that you are on the right path. Get organized. Know where everything is. There is nothing worse than scrambling and searching for information when you need it the most. It creates panic and confusion. This can lead to mistakes and wasted time. One time I had to go dumpster diving because I inadvertently threw away my passport while I was searching for documents in a crisis situation. I ended up frustrated and stressed out. To make things worse, I was anointed with dumpster juice from my lack of organization and preparation. This will never happen again. I believe we, as humans, are the most comfortable when we are stable. Most of us find comfort in knowing what is going to happen in the future. Stability gives us a sense of security. I think this is the primary reason some people don't quit their jobs and go into business for themselves. They feel secure knowing that they have a paycheck coming every 2 weeks. By taking a risk and starting a new business, they potentially lose their security blanket, aka paycheck. Many children who are moved from home to home and school to school are known to have behavioral issues. Why is this? They desire stability. Defense mechanisms develop due to fear and emotional instability. Losing friends and leaving a familiar place to move to a strange new environment can be stressful and very scary. These same feelings can occur if one breaks away from the comfort zone of a job and starts their own business. How do we overcome this sense of instability? We get organized. We bring stability into our lives by developing a schedule and creating a daily regimen. We develop discipline by following our regimen and find comfort in knowing what we are supposed to do and what to expect next. Some of the greatest athletes, military leaders, and businessmen of all time were known to follow a regimen. If it helped them, it can help you. We are groomed to follow a schedule. Most of us have followed a schedule from kindergarten through the 12th grade. We follow schedules at work, at school, and in the military. Prisoners even follow schedules. A schedule gives us structure and stability. We know what to expect, and we are mentally prepared for it. After high school, some people begin to experience troubles because they are no longer following a schedule. Some would say that they have lost their structure and discipline. Maybe this is why some people go into the military. They may want to improve their personal development by entering a structured program that provides discipline while they are proudly serving their country. Throughout life, you have to realize that you are going to have to jump through some hoops to get to where you want to be. This journey will not be easy. People and situations are going to try to stop you from reaching your goal. This is where wisdom and preparation come into play. Always have a backup plan for every scenario. In substance abuse treatment, we call this a relapse prevention plan. Create a desired response or reaction for every challenging scenario that you may face. The goal is to prevent yourself from going back to your previous undesired behaviors. The prevention plan keeps you on track. For example, let's say you're trying to sell someone some cookies and they tell you, "I'm not interested in buying cookies." Your prevention plan for this response could be to keep a smile on your face and say, "Not a problem. Here are some free samples and some coupons just in case you decide to change your mind. Have a good day." And move on to the next person. Having planned responses or actions for different scenarios puts you at an advantage mentally. Rejection becomes more tolerable the more you practice dealing with it. In addition, it makes you look powerful when you approach a person without fear and handle rejection well. It gives off the impression that you are confident and have a million options. Don't go back to your old behaviors or lose your vision or confidence because you get rejected. It happens, and it's a part of life. Remember, rejection can sometimes be a test. People will test you to see how you react to certain situations. Customer service is a dying art. I appreciate excellent customer service, and so do other people. If they see you get an attitude after they turn you down, they will never buy from you in the future. Money is precious these days, and no one will want to give their hard-earned money to someone with an attitude problem. This means that you were being phony in the first place. Rejection can turn into an opportunity. Let's play through this scenario again. The customer tells you, "I am not interested in buying cookies." You then ask the customer, "Well, what are you interested in buying?" Whoa, the door of opportunity just opened. Do you see the difference? You might have some almonds that the customer is interested in buying. Who knows? Small accomplishments build confidence. The more you accomplish, the more confident you become. The more experience you have, the more confident you become. Experience combined with accomplishments builds confidence. On a piece of paper, write down your usual response to the following triggers and your desired response to these triggers. Then write in your own triggers and write the usual and desired responses for those as well. Example, trigger, what interferes with my ability to pursue my dreams and attain success. Usual response, how I usually respond to this trigger. Desired response, how I would like to respond to this trigger. Trigger, heartbreak. Usual response, I eat food that is bad for me and I end up putting on weight, which makes me more depressed. Desired response, I will write about this experience and what I have learned from it. I will change my mood by going to the spa for a massage and do productive things that make me happy. Trigger, rejection. Trigger, fear. Trigger, financial problems. Trigger, flashbacks. Trigger, cheating. Trigger, temptation. Trigger, unemployment. Trigger, societal influences. Trigger, failure. Trigger, mistakes. Energize. In my opinion, energy is one of the most important things that you need to have to be successful. Without energy, you cannot put your plans into action. Some of the most successful people in the world have an extreme amount of energy. If you do not have the energy to accomplish tasks, how can you be successful? Successful people know that they need energy to get things done. Maybe this is why energy drinks are so popular. After I graduated from college, I lost my motivation to work out because I was no longer in that socially competitive environment. I had no purpose to do it anymore. Basically, I got comfortable. In college, I was around good-looking women every day, so I wanted to look my best. My friend Delilah and I would have shoe battles to see who had the best sneakers. I used to work out at the gym with my friend Kirk to make sure that we were ready for fall, spring, and summer semesters. Fast forward to real life where I entered into a workplace environment in which the majority of the people didn't really care about their personal appearance. I adapted to my environment and ended up getting fat. My work consisted of sitting at a desk all day. Monday through Friday, I would desperately rush out of my confined office space to break free and get some fast food for lunch. How did I get to the fast food chain? You guessed it. I drove there. This was a big difference from my college life. When I was in college, I walked everywhere and it helped me stay in shape. I probably walked at least 3 miles a day navigating through campus. Some people may think that their energy is decreasing due to age. I would argue that our energy decreases due to our habits. As I mentioned earlier, I could not muster the motivation to exercise because I was no longer in my college environment. Then one day, it clicked. If I would not work out to look good physically, I would have to find another reason to exercise. The reason that worked for me was energy. I would go to the gym with the purpose of gaining energy. My purpose changed my motivation. I needed a high level of energy to accomplish my professional goals. My success required energy, so I was driven to obtain it. My pursuit of success motivated me to exercise. Energy was and still is required for me to perform at optimum levels. It is your job to find out what will motivate you. Here is your formula for motivation. Strong purpose plus strong emotion equals motivation. Energy is a sign of vitality. It is something that everyone wants to be around. Everyone wants to be outside on a beautiful sunny day. The sun is energy, and it brings life to the earth. People need energy. Just like the sun attracts people outside, you can attract others to you with your energy and enthusiasm. Go outside and get some sunlight. Bring passion and enthusiasm to what you do. And remember, a smile can do wonders. One good way to energize and charge your battery is to take a nap during lunch. There are benefits in the power nap. Some countries call it a siesta. That used to be my favorite part of the day when I was in pre-K and kindergarten. Your siesta or nap doesn't have to be long. 20 minutes can do wonders. Try it out and see how you feel. Eat healthy and drink plenty of water. I cannot believe I am actually writing this. I must be getting old. Get your vitamins in by eating plenty of fruits and vegetables. We wouldn't risk damaging our car by putting sugar in the gas tank, so why do we damage our bodies with unhealthy food? Because it tastes good. Okay, you got me. But try to do better for your sake. One thing that is critical for success is enthusiasm. You should enjoy what you do and be passionate about it. People should be able to feel and see the energy emitted from you. When you speak, people should be able to hear the enthusiasm in your voice. When you sleep at night, you might dream of new ways to make your ideas better. You may keep a notepad handy everywhere you go, just in case a new idea emerges. Your experience is so gratifying that you might miss out on meals and sleep in order to work on your projects. This kind of energy can be contagious and passed to other people. Some describe it as the transfer of energy. Have you ever looked forward to going to work because you knew someone who was cool would be there? And once you got there, their good vibes and energy rubbed off on you? You felt good. Time flew by and everything went smoothly. That was the transfer of positive energy. Or have you ever walked into a room and could tell that the people in the room had been arguing? It was like you could feel the tension in the room. That is negative energy. Then you left the room feeling weird and it kind of threw off your mood a little bit. That negative energy was transferred to you. Let's say that today you have an interview for a position that you're really excited about. This is the perfect profession for you and it caters to all your strengths. You are in the house getting prepared for your interview and your spouse is complaining about something that has him or her in a bad mood. You try to ignore the situation, but their bad vibes end up rubbing off on you. During your interview, you display poor body language, confidence, and energy. Your mind is partially somewhere else, and you have just ruined your chance of obtaining your ideal career. Do not allow people to transfer their bad energy or vibes to you. Transfers of energy occur if you allow them to occur. If someone is in a bad mood, let them be in a bad mood alone. Use the strategies discussed in the previous chapters to keep your mood positive. Bad moods block blessings and opportunities. Find your motivation. Strong purpose plus strong emotion equals motivation. 1. What has motivated you in the past? 2. What motivates you today? 3. What motivates you to change? 4. What did you like doing when you were younger that you don't do now? 5. What things can change your mood from negative to positive? 6. What relaxes you? 7. What movies, books, or music inspire you? 8. What gives you a sense of urgency? How can you tap into this feeling when you want to? 9. What compels you to do more than what is asked? 10. What are you passionate about? What makes you want to compete? Get specialized. Life is a game. There is no way of getting away from this reality. The faster you recognize this aspect of life, the better off you'll be. The game has changed since our parents and grandparents played it. A college degree is not what it used to be, and there are different rules now. Simply put, if you want to increase your chances of being successful, you have to specialize. You need to have a niche or brand that separates you from the pack. Bring something to the table that few people can bring. Find out what about other people are